The Cultural and Creative Industries Federation has held a send-off prayer for rapper AKA and his friend Nobuhle Modise in Durban this morning. Leaked CCTV footage shows the suspects fleeing the scene after the shooting on Friday night. Dozens of fans have since been visiting the crime scene to pay tribute to both men. Nobuhle Modise is standing by. And Nobuhle, are you standing by to speak to someone who's about to pay tribute to the rapper?
Indeed, Dudu, I am standing with someone, but he's not necessarily going to pay tribute to the rapper. He wrote a book called Blood, Blades and Bullets, and he says it's the anatomy of, the Glebelands Hitman, and it's basically a novel that exposes the hitman culture and just goes into how they are groomed from when they are young to when they initially become hitmen. And, we've brought him into the conversation because of that CCTV footage that was leaked, where it was apparent, before that footage came out, all we had was word from the police just speaking about what actually happened, the fact that two men walked from across the street and shot at Keenan and his friend Nobuhle. But following that leaked footage, it was then evident, to everyone, that was a hit. Outside of what police have said, it was quite evident that it was indeed a hit. And I do have Nathi Olifant here, who is the author that I spoke of, and I just want him to delve into, the issue of the hitman culture in KwaZulu-Natal particularly, but I know that your book also delves into, the issue holistically as an international problem. Speak to us, Nathi, about what you think the situation was outside of speculation and from what we've seen in the CCTV footage.
In fact, it's something that's been happening over the years. It's either law enforcement agencies turn a blind eye on, because mainly when I was researching the book, in fact, before I even authored it, I found out that even people in a higher position, sometimes, they get cuts, They are part of the grooming of these young boys. They got recruited from Nongoma, from Singa, from Bergville. They are brought to hostels in Durban. They are taught how to shoot. They are taught, how to operate in the taxi industry. So it's a fledgling industry. So what happened in this place, in this area, doesn't surprise many of us. Although as much as it is horrific, and as much as it is not acceptable, but there should come a time when law enforcement, really nip it in the bud, and be able to try and get to the bottom of it. I wrote the book, thinking that these things need to be exposed, because it's the normal people that live among us, these people who've got careers, these people who work in higher places sometimes. You find that most of them are the handlers. Most of them are the one who hire hitmen, to do the dirty work. And it's these boys whose lives get destroyed and they get entangled in all of these killings and all of this. And the sad part is that I'm happy that today in the Pietermaritzburg High Court there are Glebelands Hitmen that are being sentenced. That's just today. And it's a step in the right direction. If the momentum can be kept, we can be able to nip the problem in the bud, the waste emanating. We can be able to clean the society of all the evils and ills of what the hitmen wreak havoc on poor communities, poor families. And we can all work together on that.
And then let's speak about the fact that this attack was very brazen. There were people around. AKA is well known. I'm sure there were people that they had their phones out to, capture the moment of him walking out, not knowing what was going to happen. And it seems as if these kind of attacks, the criminals or whoever they are no longer afraid. This person walked right up to, AKA and the friends and shot at them at close range, not worrying about the CCTV footage, not worrying about the fact that there are other people around. This is something that's common.
If you read the book, you'll find that I even speak about stateless people, boys who have no identity, no birth certificate, no ID, whose fingertips have never been taken for fingers, to check their background and all. Sometimes it's people who are anonymous, who don't exist at all. These are the targets and the boys. You use the right word and say brazen, because the way they do it now, they don't have to operate in the shadows, but they come out in the open, in full view of everyone to do this, knowing very well that sometimes even the face recognition mechanism or technology cannot pick them because they are not even on social media. Their identity has never been online for anyone to be able to identify them. So this is a case, with all the hitmen that are operating and walking freely around and doing all their jobs.
Thank you so much, Nathi Olifant. I would like to expand with you on that, but I will prospect to do in the studio.
Nobuhle Modise, thank you very much for that report.